Dude, every guy from Bhutan is named Pema. Why is this the case? That's my favorite thing, man. Going in and being like, what's your name? And 5 different dudes tell me their name is Pema. And now it's like a running joke. There's one restaurant I went into and some guy was like, oh, hey, welcome back. This is my son. And it's the classic like kid working at the counter while doing his homework after school kind of thing. I went like, is his name Pema? and the guy running the store was like, that's right. I was like, yeah. I don't know why it's so common. It's like going to any white American area and being like, Michael, raise your hand. John, raise your hand, you know? But it's like so many more, 9 times out of 10, in my personal experience, which is a smaller subset, but still, it's just kind of funny how it keeps happening. It's the same as where so many people are named Padma because of Lakshmi. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was like a famous Pema. Same thing, dude. Certain areas, every dude's named Tenzin or Tenzing or some variation of that. You wonder if it's like a religious figure or maybe a philosophical figure or an explorer or, you know, one of those things. But, you know, common names are common for a reason. There's always some sort of importance behind it. So I like to always ask, like, why? Because it's not just that they like the name, you know, like there's something behind it. There's a Wikipedia article on the name Pema. I want to ask them and have them tell me the answer. Wikipedia will give me like here's the scholarly, you know, what we've found with all of our research answer. But I want to know what that guy who has not cracked open that Wikipedia page has to say. You know what I mean? Like, I want to hear what he has to say. Well, what's famous about the name John? John the Apostle? Why do you think there are a million Johns and Lukes and Josephs? The apostles were Peter, Philip, John, James, Andrew, Nathaniel, but it was actually Bartholomew, Matthew or Levi, James, Thomas, St. Jude. Some people say Thaddeus, Simon, and Judas da Betraya. So like all of those names, you see those or variations of those everywhere. So I have a common biblical name. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I know some people that have like devout Catholic parents where they didn't need you to have the most important biblical name, but there are a lot of people who say, you know, any name is fine for my kid so long as it's in the Bible. That's how some people are. So you do get some of the more offshoot names that still end up being popular because they're just somewhere in the Bible. Just a story in there has some guy, some farmer named this, and then that's why you might go to the South and know a lot of, not a lot, but you might know some Jethros. That was the guy that was he Moses' father or father-in-law? I think he was his father-in-law. But like if a name just appears as part of a story like that, then like suddenly you'll see those thrown in. Judas was up to number 4856 for baby names in 2025. People are naming their kid Judas? Let's go. Do you prefer Bible names or Ashley with EIGH or Braden? I think all of it's crazy, dude. I can't do it with all the crazy naming schemes where everyone's trying to like re-spell everything so that it feels fancier and they just put GHs and everything. Kid named Nimrod. Dude, Nimrod was like a normal name for the longest time, and then what was it? There was like one character in a show. No, in a show someone said something Nimrod to someone else, and then the way they said it made people think it was Elmer Fudd getting called Nimrod, right? And then from there everyone's like, oh, it must mean like idiot, haha. But I'm pretty sure it actually had like biblical importance. Like it was Nimrod's a real name, and then what he was saying it to him about made sense in that context, but people didn't have the context. People didn't know the story, so they just heard him say that and thought it meant idiot, and he said it like in a kind of funny way, so people really latched onto it, and now it's just forever that. I'd like to see a lot of old names kind of cycle back in. Some of them don't need to come back. Some of them kind of sounded gross, but I think it's about time. Gertrude. Yeah, Gertrude's one that I think just sounds gross. What about Alfred? Alfred's a good one. Yeah. Rose. Yeah, there's a lot of girls currently being named after flowers, but it's always lily, juniper. There's like certain flowers and trees and things. I've seen more fruit names. Kids being named after fruits, which I think is weird, but seen more apples around. But yeah, Daisy, Rose, Iris. I think those are starting to make a little bit of a comeback. Olivia is up there in one of the most common baby names of the past 5 years. I think it's like Olivia, Sophia. Sophia was the most common one for a long time, actually. Let me see, most common baby names 2026. See what it is right now. Olivia's number 1. Okay, here's the boys. Liam, Noah, Oliver, Theodore, Henry, James, Elijah, Mateo, William, Lucas. Those are the top 10 boy names. And then the girls, Olivia, Charlotte, Emma, Amelia, Sophia, still on there, Mia, Isabella, Evelyn, Sophia, Eliana. Everything ends in a. Why is everything ending in an A except for Evelyn, Charlotte? Like all of them.
Amelia, Sophia, Isabella, Sophia is...
Oh wait, Sophia's on here twice but spelled differently. Sophia with a PH is at 5 and Sophia with an F is at number 9, which means if you combine those, it'd be number 1. That's crazy. Gotta name my kids Sofrito. My son's Sofrito. Here's one that's ranking them just from like online. Oh, it's the same list. Oh, except Aurora is on there. Aurora. If you start going down to like 11 and beyond, you start seeing Luna, Violet, Hazel, Willow. That's what I was talking about of all the plant names. Penelope, Ivy, Scarlet. For the boys, it's Luca, Asher. We gotta stop with the name Asher. Hudson, we gotta stop at that one too. James, Henry, Theodore, Sebastian, Samuel, Waylon, Theo, Daniel, Jack, Benjamin, Josiah, Grayson. We gotta stop with that name, Grayson. I'm a woman in my 30s from Arkansas. These are my kids, Josiah, Penelope, and Grayson. I feel like we've heard that story 1,000 times. We could picture that family. The mom's name is probably Ashley. She wears boots with her shorts. She wears boots over her jeans. Her favorite song is Chicken Fried. Her husband's name is probably Matt. Like we know a lot of them. We know a lot of them. I'm glad the Jaden, Braden, Aiden, Caden dad is over. Or yeah, the trend. Yeah, I don't like those. I like one occasionally alone, but the current generation of kids where there's like 10 Jadens and Aidens, it becomes too much. I picked up nicknames like Crazy Being a Matthew. Yeah, I think you shouldn't go too out of your way to give your kid a crazy unique name because then it just can get weird, they can get picked on, you know, etc. But I don't think you should pick the most common name. Try to pick something out of the top 30, you know, because I think they're gonna end up with so many other people with the same name around them and they're gonna pick up so many nicknames. My friend is naming his son Maverick next month. I don't know why. You're not allowed to call him Rick. See, that's the thing is like, if you're gonna pick a name like that, like you don't get to say, oh, don't use this nickname. People are just gonna do it. That kid's gonna get called Ricky. Some kids might call him Mav or Maverick, but that kid's gonna get called Ricky whether he wants that or not, you know? One day there may even be a little one named Geega. Please don't name your kids after me ever. Don't name a kid after me. Don't get a tattoo of me on you. Don't do any of that shit. I swear, I see any of you motherfuckers with a tattoo of my face on you, you're dead. No matter faction of tattoos, I just don't know why you would do that. Like, I get that it's cool, but I don't feel like the amount of effort I've put into creating all these different things is worth you getting a tattoo out of it. You know what I mean? I think it's fine if it's a fully like fictional character because it's easier to separate art from artist when it's that. But when it's I think it's more okay if it's like the mascot. But when it's a VTuber who's like a real person, I understand that the character is a character, but it's kind of like getting a tattoo of a celebrity on you where like, I don't know, that feels like a weird risk to me. It could be fine, but what if you just like aren't into them as much anymore and then they say one thing you don't like and now you're just like a little distasteful, but you still have like that face on your arm? You know what I mean? Not even that they have to do something heinous, just like you're just out of it now, you know? I just wouldn't want someone to like do that, you know? Unless they are like 100% like, I'm fine with it if you did the craziest because I only am getting that tattoo because I like the design and I'm gonna be able to separate looking at this and thinking about the streamer, right? But I feel like that's such a hard ask. I just feel like my thoughts on things change often enough that I wouldn't want to put something permanently on myself. One year I'll feel like I really like this thing and then another year I'm really into this other thing, and I personally like change and I like hopping around between liking different things, you know, and I don't really like, yeah, I've watched some of the same streamers for many years, but I don't know. I'm just like, your number one most thought about thing changes often, right? Like for me, my like top 10 changes frequently, so I don't know. I wouldn't want to get a tattoo of anything, really. Yeah, get merch instead, exactly. And then if I say some crazy shit, you could just throw the merch out and you don't have to like peel your skin off.